TV. Well, it's very black. You're gonna be watching my show. This is my show. How does it look out there? Wow, this is nice. I kind of like that one chair effect. So this is my set. This is my show. I'm on TV. In a second, you're gonna be watching me. You're gonna be watching me doing my... You're watching me now. I can see your eyes moving back and forth. Okay, let's get started. Ken.
Chris?
That's Ken. He's my director. He knows my name. Ken.
Yes, Chris.
We're gonna be starting.
Anytime, Chris.
Isn't he great? Okay, so what do we do first? Ken, hit it.
Ladies and gentlemen, now appearing live in the Blue Orchid Room, Chris Kitowski.
Everything begins and ends. Every action begins and ends. A job begins and ends. A relationship begins and ends. Life begins and ends. This show has begun, and it will end. But I don't want it to end. I just don't know what to say. Get me out of here! A relationship begins. Those first few excited, ecstatic days when you meet someone and you like someone and they like you, knowing that someone wants you and you want to be with them, to do things together or to do nothing at all, doesn't really matter, but you want to be with that person. You enjoy touching them. You want to touch them and they want to touch you. And everything about them is perfect because you're in love. Their arms, their back, their legs. And you don't even mind that they have 4 legs because you're in love. No matter how much in love you are, no matter how much fun you have together, it will end. She said, I can't see myself marrying you, so why should I see you now? She said, the problem is you want to work on this relationship and I don't. She said, there's someone else I'd rather be with. She said, I just don't want to be with you. Bitch! Oh, you got what you wanted, didn't you? Yeah, you wanted to be alone, but you're not. No, you've got a whole stable of men to satisfy you. You know what you are. You're used. You're unfinished. You're a Salvation Army chair. I wouldn't pay $1 for you at a garage sale. I'm better off without her. She was no good for me. There's more fish in the sea. I like being alone. It's good being a bachelor. I can see whoever I want, anytime I want. I can sleep with anything I want. She's mine! If we only thought about the end, then we'd miss all those moments in between. Going out, going to see a show, walks in the park, or just sitting at home, exploring new positions. The death do us part clause no longer applies. There are no guarantees except one. It will end. It's easier to break up with someone than to be broken up with, right? Because when you're breaking up with someone, you're getting what you want. Or what you don't want, you do not want them. The person you're breaking up, they're getting what they want. The person being broken up with, well, you still want that person, but you can't. One of the parties is getting what they want, the other's not getting what they want, so you do it to them before they do it to you, because it hurts. It hurts. It hurts. In a relationship, one of the parties constructs an elaborate set of rules that you will never understand. You try to understand them, but you can't. And if you break just one of them, it's over. You'd be alone Going to see a show. Walks in the park. Nice tree. Oh, look, a duck. Or just sitting at home, drinking. If I could remove every thought, every memory of you from my brain, I would, but I can't. Ken?
Yes, Chris.
How much time do I have left?
20 minutes.
There are these monks in Tibet, or wherever monks hang out, but they want to be monks. So they shave their heads, they do this chanting. They're monks. There are a group of monks whose job it is to move small discs from post to post in a certain arithmetic sequence. Now, moving these discs isn't all that important, but when they're finished moving them, the world will end. Now, it'll take them roughly 5,000 years to complete this task, so it doesn't matter to us. We'll be dead. But the reason they do this, in each small action, they're praying to their god or gods. In each small action, they are concentrating on prayer. In every moment, they're trying to reach a state of continual prayer. They're not thinking about their laundry or about the girl that just dumped them. They're thinking about their God. Live each moment as if it was your last. Now, who said that anyway? You? And if you think about it, how do most people spend their last moment? Like, you want to live your entire life like that? No. But the idea is, you do not know if you'll be alive in an hour, a minute, a second. No one knows what can happen in the next moment. No one knows. It was a Friday night. It was 1 o'clock. And I was not drunk. I had 1, 2, 5 pints, but I was not drunk. I was leaving. There was Colin and Andy. Neve was working behind the bar. Bye, guys. See you later. Yeah, bye, Chris. See you tomorrow. I walk out onto the Danforth. The Danforth! I take 10 steps away from the door of the bar. And this guy is standing very close in front of me. And he says, "What did you say to me?" Smack! And then he says, "Don't diss me like that!" Smack! Okay, stop hitting me in the head! I didn't diss you! I don't know what diss means! Who was this guy? Now, I did not drop to the ground. I'm from Windsor. One thing you learn in Windsor, do not drop to the ground, because then they dance on your face. Okay, man, I didn't say anything to you. I'm trying to line myself up with the door of the bar, and he's coming after me. This large, Aryan-looking fellow, who I'm sure is just unfrozen. He's been in some sort of cryogenic suspension since 1944, was thawed up when the wall came down, Livy and Greek down. I didn't say anything to you, man. I dashed into the bar. Chris, you forget something? You've only been gone 30 seconds, and I say, there's this guy hitting me in the head. Help, 911, police, whatever. The side of my face begins to swell. The manager of the bar brought me a pack of ice and a large scotch, and I thanked him. It was just a black eye. I can live with a black eye. I can live with a swollen cheek. I can live with a sore neck for a couple of weeks. I can live with all those things. It was a Friday night. It was 1 o'clock. I was leaving. There was Colin and Andy. Neve was working behind the bar. Bye, guys. See you later. I walk out onto the street. I take 10 steps away from the door of the bar. And this guy is standing very close in front of me. But he has a gun, or a knife, or a small club. He doesn't even know me. Now, if I thought about that, I would never leave my apartment. I'd lock myself in a closet with enough food And I'm sure they would find me at the ripe old age of 90, still locked in that closet. Today, I was driving down Dundas to visit a friend in Kensington. I was stopped at McCall Street. You know where the art gallery is? It was a red light, at which you stop. So I was sitting there watching the cars, the cyclists, the pedestrians go by. I mean, what else do you do at a red light? And through the intersection, I see this large green station wagon, a Galaxy something, that's how big it is, come through the intersection, hitting a cyclist, a pedestrian, and me. Now, I've never been in an accident before, so I was gonna shot at someone who hit me. I was okay. I got out of my car. First, I went to the cyclist. He was being dragged off to the Henry Moore sculpture. I turned back to my car, and there was a crowd of people around it. And I wanted to say, guys, come on, it's just a fender, it's not too exciting. A small Oriental woman was wedged underneath my car and the car beside me. Groceries scattered across the pavement. A nurse who happened to be passing by was attending to her. A police officer said, "Who's driving this car?" "Me." "Well, then stand by your car." "Okay." "If another officer tells you to stand on the curb, you told him I told you to stand by your car." "Okay." So I'm standing in the middle of Dundas. Well, it was a nice day. So I let it butt. Now there's a crowd of people around the intersection. This is a major accident. There are 10 cruisers, 2 ambulances, a fire truck with a ladder. The cyclist and the woman were taken off in the ambulances to the hospital. The woman who hit me was scurried off in a cruiser to be taken to a rubber room somewhere. So I'm standing by my car in the middle of the street. And I hear, "Hi, I'm blah-de-blah from The Sun." The Sun? Wow! So what happened? Well, this large green car came through the intersection, hitting a cyclist, a pedestrian, and me. "What's your name?" "Chris Kitowski." "How old are you?" 28. Age somehow validates what you have to say. If you're too old, there's a risk you're senile. If you're too young, you may have just made it up. There's a window for accurate reporting. 28.